That's her.
Look at this mess. They ripped her open from neck to the chest. And they pulled her fucking heart out. Why? These goddamn monsters.
Cool it, Harper. We aren't out of the woods yet. That flock of chaos units is still looking for survivors. We came here to find Juliana, and we have. I know it's sad, but we need to get out of here, and we need to do it now.
She was fed on. Look, here in the wound. There are puncture marks.
He's right. Look. Her heart. It's been...
Sucked dry and cast down like a kid's juice box? I thought the DE didn't employ vampires, and that Doc only used them to build acolytes.
Hey, who is that girl over there?
Oh no. It's Ginny Hayworth, one of Malak's personal assistants. Looks like the roof came down on top of her.
This must be where Malak landed. Look at those claw marks on the floor. Eddie was here with them.
Look. A honey-colored metal spike. Avery was here too.
How did Avery Brennan, Eddie Vial, and some unknown vampire manage to convince Miss Blaze and Miss Hayworth to come to this windowless utility room?
It was Malak's idea to split us up. But Ginny was the one that gave us that message.
You're not saying she set Miss Blaze up?
It seems that...
It doesn't matter at this point if she was with the DE or if she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Either way, she is dead now, and we will be too if we don't get the hell out of here.
Yes. We only escaped the initial onslaught due to Doc commanding the dead to murder everyone. People that couldn't fight back. Unfortunately, we will be the next targets. Gentlemen, I think it's time to trigger the lockout.
Layne, I will guard you as you go under. I fear that since Malak is no longer here, the Templars will be destroyed within a day or so. Do you think Jasmine, Eli, and Mason have the ability to make it to your hidden facility? Because the Institute is no longer going to be a viable option.
I know Dr. Webb and Mason can get there, but I don't know about Jasmine. We will have to pick her up from her lab, and then we can meet the other two at the cove.
In Sirenicide, are you guys going to be okay at the Bella Vita?
Right now, that is probably the safest spot on Earth.
Okay, my friends. This might be the last time we ever see each other. Hopefully Malak can still get the Holy Lock set, and then unlock it after.
I believe he will.
I do too.
Well, Dr. Laughlin, Mr. Powers, for what little time we have shared, I consider it an honor to have met you both. Good luck on the fights ahead.
And you as well, Mr. McNally.
Thanks, Emmett. I wish you the best. Give 'em hell.
I want you guys to know, I have seen a glimpse into this realm's future. Eddie Vial and Doc's days are numbered, and our sacrifices will not be made in vain.
Shall we make history?
Mayor Husto has been seen on the streets alongside a dozen of his Templar troops as they lead an offensive against the dead.
This Red Death will be worse than anything we have seen yet.
How is it even possible to exist in the realm of the living and the realm of the dead at the same time?
This is why I was brought back. 447 is more than just a number.
The conquest starts now.
Eddie, don't go back. Not when you have finally found a place where we can be together.
Just as predicted. They are perfect.
No light will save anyone from them.
These peelers are multiplying at a rate that will destroy mankind if we do not get my serum mass-produced soon.
This is the calm before the storm. This is the end times. So join us.
My scarred ones will live and fight through the anathema and beyond.
Only death will remain.
You know, it's bigger than just doing surgeries on people.
Yeah? And how is that?
Sirenicide's light outshines all. Even the end.
You've got a lot of faith in this.
I have to. It's all I have now.
Where did that memory come from?
I'm not sure. Spring of last year, maybe? I think it was the first night training Joey, after we cleared the air between us.
I know you're lost right now, my dear. I know you feel responsible for how this has turned out. Eddie, don't go back. Not when you finally found a place where we can be together.
The anathema is at hand, and I can only find peace within my dreams. I know my father was right. This isn't real. But out there doesn't feel real either.
When you awake, you will be healed from what the angel did. But don't continue with Doc. I'm begging you. Leave. Travel to a place where they can't find you.
I can't. Vima, she'll track me down.
Then do what you do best. Kill her.
No. She made me what I am now.
It wouldn't be the first time you killed someone who made you.
Yeah. But he came back. And I don't know how. I must see this through and avenge your death.
But you have, my dear. Now please, release yourself of this pain.
No. Johnny has fled. Abandoning Sirenicide, Malak was an angel and has now returned to his realm. So I'm only left with what has kept me going through this hell since I was reborn as this monster.
And what is that?
The hate I feel towards the man that ruined everything.
You can't keep blaming yourself for this. That monster is not you.
I am what I have become, but I blame Matt for your fate, for Johnny's turn from what we were building, and for letting them take me.
This place looks official.
I guess it does, doesn't it?
Before we begin, and I lose my soul to your quest, I have one final request of my queen, if you don't mind.
Of course. And you don't need to call me that.
What are you, really? And I don't mean the goddess of death or the queen of bones.
I am. Well, I was half Draymere and half angel. But now, I don't know what I am anymore. Pretty much a deity for the damned, I guess.
An angel? How? I mean, how are things created or born in heaven?
How are things like that normally made where you're from?
I see. Created in his image through and through.
Yes, and created in her image as well. My father was one of the architects of your realm, and he fell in love with a Draenmere female, my mother, and was cast down to hell after my birth.
So was he...
Satan or Lucifer? No. His name was Roderick, and you will not find him in any human text.
And... your mother...
She was slaughtered by Scary's tribe when I was only a few months old. I was kept hidden from the angels until they left Eden. Years later, Scary took me as his bride, and I helped him build this place. The power to create was in my soul, after all.
Your husband... how is he so powerful?
My lover was a vampire at the top of Eden's food chain. Back then, his kind could walk in the light. He was the first creature to issue a death so destructive the soul couldn't be recycled, which is how he got the name humans would fear, and he would go by until this very day.
Death.
Yes. You see, in the first days, when a soul was losing its life, it was simply recycled, and then its essence was guided through the life engine. But this soul was still alive, though the body was not. The Angels of High decided to make a separate void to hide away these undesirables. And years later, my lover was also sent there as an eternal punishment for his crime. But by that time, he was prepared to enter the void and make it a realm of his own.
Scary.
Not at first, but soon after the creators lost their hold on your realm, they lost grasp on this place too, and then it grew into a twisted parallel with the land of the living as an undead reflection. A world made in vain, and a place where death is most alive.
I see you're proud of your design, and why you so badly want to be the ruler of it. But how did you get here if you were born as part of my universe?
Death wanted me, his bride, to suffer, trapped along with him. You see, my lover, he still had a few weakened links to Eden. He was still able to walk between Scary and Eden through the eyes of the dead.
A zombie?
Yeah, kind of. But he was also depriving the other two physical realms, Ark and Agony, of their intended souls. After all, this was right after the last mass extinction, when the failing Ark ones had already tried to reset everything 5 different times. He was growing his tortured forces at an exponential rate, and the amount of suffering was so alarming that he was able to make a deal with the devils of destruction and the heralds of the heavens.
Okay. What did he ask for?
From the angels, he wanted gateways to the Nexus, and to be placed officially in the soul cycle. From the Agony realm, he requested the power of possession for his vampire kind, and in return he would erase his threshold on painful deaths, so more evil souls could enter hell. And finally, he wanted me placed in his new dominion of limbo, and unable to attack him or leave. They granted all his requests on the terms that his realm would never be physical like theirs or Eden. And so he was made the god of death, and I was his prisoner.
So, how did you escape him? And how have you eluded him this long?
I designed this place, remember? And now he has many wraith brides that serve him, some of which I have voided over the years. But I have never truly escaped him. Not yet.
Well, I am to set you free as a deity, undamned and unchained.
Hello there. I must say, this is not what I imagined a coma would feel like. So, who are you? And what's with the blood-stained hands?
My name is Sek, and I have worked closely with Jasmine's guide, Cobb, since you woke her.
I see. And who is this woman you are talking to me as?
She was briefly a client in your clinic, but one of the early cases, before you had your complete cure mapped out.
To my knowledge, there was only one case of cancer that we could never treat. And she was a lot older than this woman you have presented yourself as.
Did she look like this?
Yes. Yes, she did. But I still don't know why you are appearing to me as her. Is there some significance about her that I'm missing?
After Kaw's threat was finally taken seriously, a coalition was put in place to study and find out who were the largest threats to the dream stream. Edward Vidal Rowan Jr. is one of such threats. I have been appearing to him for a while now, trying to convince him to either end it all, or at least leave the war. Now, this is the same woman, just her younger self. Her name was Lena Klein, and he killed her.
This was a brilliant move on your part, and I must say I am very glad we have allies in our fight against the ones corrupting the archives here. I thought I would have to spend most of my time in this place convincing you of the evils we are facing, but it seems you already know we have a common enemy.
I know you have studied the dreamscape and mapped out its flow, but the gates you are here to close can't be shut.
What? What? Why?
Some time ago, a Sandman escaped to your realm and has been disguising himself as many of your kind. Now, this happens quite often, but this one in particular stole the time lock he was made to protect and hid it away in your world.
No. How is that possible? I thought the lock was ethereal and not a physical object.
It's not physical, and it's hidden within this Sandman's mind. A place he has made in vain. A place hidden against everyone. The architects, weavers, reavers, and the overlords themselves.
No! Then I am useless here! Shit! Fuck!
Quite the opposite, actually. We needed a mind from your world in order for us to enter his. I thought that was why you came to us.
Yes, that's why I'm here. Of course, let's get to it.
Have they calmed down?
Angelica is still a little bitter over the request, but says they'll vote on it once you are ready to return to your seat at the table.
Were you able to track down her soul?
I did, but it was for naught.
What do you mean? Where is she?
Scary.
All elements of Sirenicide are copyright 2019 by Atrium Dynamics unless otherwise stated. Any duplication of this production without the secured written consent of Atrium Dynamics is strictly prohibited. Please visit Sirenicide.com for more details.